everyone, and welcome back. Today my video is going to be all about the dupe palettes that I have in my collection. Now, just to clarify something, when I'm talking about a dupe, I mean something that comes from a company that has its own brand. They are taking inspiration. Some may say they are copying it, but their inspiration comes from maybe a more expensive palette and that sort of thing, a higher end palette. And this brand will be putting out something under their own name with their own formulas, their own ingredients lists, and they're going to market it as a different palette, but it is maybe inspired by, maybe they say it, maybe they don't, maybe it's copied, but at the very least it is its own brand and it has its own ingredients on it and its own formula. That's what I'm referring to as a dupe. Then you have knockoffs, which would be something coming out and it's coming out in the same packaging as the brand and it's slapping the ingredients that that brand has on their product on the back of it, and they're coming from unreputable places and using who knows what ingredients. Let's say it's the Anastasia Norvina palette. And they're taking that packaging and they're putting the ingredients list from that palette on the back and they're saying this is the Anastasia Norvina palette, but it is indeed not. That, I would say, is a knockoff. It's claiming to be something it's not. Whereas a dupe is on the other spectrum. It is its own brand, its own ingredients, its own formula. It's saying, hey, this is UCanBe and we're claiming to be this palette. And it's inspired by, copied, however you want to put it, but they are two different things. I know some people still have a problem with dupes, and if that's your position, that's okay. I'm still making this video. I still enjoy finding good dupe palettes. I think you find dupes in everything, not just in makeup. It's everything from your food to you know, the name brand ketchup to the store brand ketchup to the no-name ketchup. It's in every area of fashion. I'm sure most of us in our closets can't afford designer clothes all the time. Most of what we are buying are dupes of things that were inspired by runway designs and that sort of thing. So yeah, I just wanted to kind of clarify all of that on what I refer to as a dupe as opposed to a knockoff and kind of where I stand. And clearly I don't have a problem with dupes because you will see I have many of them in my collection. One other thing that you will notice is that most of these palettes are coming from 3 brands, I think. I have Revolution Beauty, C Color Cosmetics, and UCanBe Beauty. There's a couple of other ones thrown in there as well, but those are the bulk of the brands that I have dupes from. There are other companies that put them out, and I have tried other things over the years, but these are the ones that stick out to me that I've kept because I have enjoyed the quality of it and that sort of thing. So the things that I have here are things that I would recommend and that I really do like. Anything that I've had in the past has been decluttered, and quite frankly, I can't really remember it anymore either. Okay, so let's get into it. Now, this first one I have is actually, I didn't even realize it was a dupe when I was kind of going through my collection and looking through things, and I was just kind of Googling everything as well. And this particular one came up, and I have to say it is a pretty good dupe from the swatches that I've seen, and it is the Tasty Avocado palette from Revolution Beauty. This retails for $15, and this is what it looks like. And this apparently is a dupe for the Melt Cosmetics Smoke Sessions palette, which retails for $48. And when I went through it, this has far more shades than the Smoke Sessions one, but all of the Smoke Sessions shades could be duped out in this particular palette. And just for reference sake, all of the prices I'm giving are in US dollars and the regular retail price. Some of these things might be on sale, and I'm pretty sure everything is still available. So yeah. The next palette that I have here is by UCanBe, and it is the Magic Spell palette. This retails for $9.99, and it is a dupe for the Lime Crime Venus XL palette, which is $58. It does have a mirror in it, and this is what the shades look like. The next one I have is one of my newer ones as far as dupes go. This is the UCanBe Bubble Nebula Changeable palette. It is a dupe for the Huda Beauty Retrograde palette. This one is $15 and the Retrograde is $67. And this is what this one looks like. And it's messing with my lighting a bit. Another UCanBe one is the Emancipation Volume 2. They do have a Volume 1, which is, I believe, is a dupe for the Modern Renaissance. This, however, is a dupe for the Subculture palette. This retails for, if I can see it here, $7.88, and Subculture is around $42. And then we have probably perhaps my favorite dupe that I have in my collection. It is the UCanBe Rhythm palette. This retails for $7.88, and it is a dupe for the ABH Prism palette, which was $42 and no longer available. The reason why this one is makes me very happy is because the Prism palette was one of the few palettes that got away from me that I wish I had ordered, and I kind of kicked myself for not getting it after it wasn't available anymore. So I was very happy when I was able to find a dupe for it, and I really do enjoy this palette. Next up I have the Chocolate Cherry palette, which retails for $15. It is a dupe for the Urban Decay Naked Cherry palette, which is $49. And this is what this one looks like. I do have another one that is a Naked Cherry dupe, and it's a little bit more similar, especially in the way it's laid out. But this, nonetheless, is one that I have, and I didn't realize I had both of them when I purchased the second one. Then I have this Revolution Beauty Pink Fizz palette. This retails for $15, and it is a dupe for the Anastasia Beverly Hills Self-Made palette, which is not available anymore. But I was going by the regular retail prices on ABH palette, so I put it at $42 as well. Perhaps one of the ones that had the most controversy surrounding it would be the Revolution Ultra Eye Contour Light and Shade palette. This is a dupe for the KVD Beauty Shade and Light palette, and because this one was laid out in such a similar fashion and the name of it was so similar, this caused quite an uproar on YouTube and in the beauty community, just with dupes and how far they can go and with their names and that sort of thing. But I'm happy to have it and I enjoy using it. Then I have the Revolution Beauty Iconic Pro 1. This retails for $12, and it is a dupe for the Lorac Pro 1, which is $39. And at the time when I got this, I was not able to get the Lorac palette. It was not sold at Shoppers Drug Mart here in Canada at that point. Ulta was not shipping to Canada at that point. Side note, Ulta is not shipping to Canada again. But anyway, I was able to get a dupe of it when I wasn't able to actually get the actual Lorac palette, so I was happy to get this. And I also have the Revolution Beauty Iconic Pro 2. Again, this is $12. It is a dupe for the Lorac Pro 2, which retails for $39. Then I have the Iconic Beauty Downtown palette. I believe this retailed for around $20. I couldn't find this on the site. This is the one palette that I don't know if it's available anymore. I think this company may have gone out of business. But nonetheless, it is a dupe for the Desert Dusk palette from Huda Beauty, which is $65. And this is what this one looks like. Then I have the Beauty Creations palette. This is the Emerald palette. It retails for $11.99, and this also is a dupe for the Anastasia Beverly Hills Subculture palette, which is $42. So the last bunch that I have are all from C-Color Cosmetics. They are the brand that I kind of have the most from as far as dupe palettes go. So I'm not going to say C-Color every time, just know all the ones henceforth are from C-Color Cosmetics. This is the Golden palette that they put out. It retails for $8, and it is a dupe for the Natasha Denona Gold palette, which is $129. And this is what it looks like. Then I have the Sundown palette, which again is $8. It is a dupe for the Natasha Denona Sunset palette, which is $129. And it looks like this. And the Savannah palette, which again, $8. Also a Natasha Denona dupe for the Sahara palette, which is $100. Let's not mumble our words. $129. And the Tropical palette, which retails for $8. And again, Natasha Denona dupe of the Tropic palette, which is $100. I can't say that word. $129. Then I have the Frost palette, which retails for $7. It is a dupe for the Kylie Cosmetics Nice palette, which is $44. The Feverish palette, which is $7, and it is a dupe for the Anastasia Beverly Hills Sultry palette, which is $42, or was. It's no longer available. Another one that I was happy to get because I really wanted that palette. We have the Prestige palette, which is $8, and it is a dupe for the Soft Anastasia Beverly Hills Soft Glam palette. I have the Fairy Tale palette, which is $9.50. It is a dupe for the Too Faced Clover palette, which is $49. And then this is the second Naked Cherry palette dupe that I have. This is the Cherry palette, and it is $8. And again, the Urban Decay Naked Cherry palette was $49. This one is much more similar in the layout. Then I have the Unisex Volume 2 palette. This is $11.50, and it is a dupe for the Jeffree Star Beauty Killer palette, which is $45. The Unisex 3 palette, again, is $11.50. It is a dupe for the Jeffree Star Androgyny palette, which again is $45. The Unisex 4 palette, again, $11.50. This one is a dupe for the Dominique Cosmetics Latte palette, which is $42. And the last one that I have in my collection is the Unisex 5, again, $11.50. It is a dupe for the Dominique Cosmetics Lemonade palette, which again, $42. So that is roughly, I think I counted it, that was 25 dupe palettes that I have in my collection. There's a few more that I have that could probably pass as dupes, but they weren't 100% kind of shade for shade, that I felt that they were dupeable enough kind of thing. These are like hardcore dupes. Those ones were just kind of like, yeah, they got that feeling, but these are like, yes, these could pass for it kind of thing. So out of these 25 palettes, I added up the total of what it would have cost if I had purchased the actual higher end palettes. And that total would have been $1,489. The total that I actually spent on these, and it's even a little bit lower than this because some of these I got on sale, but if I went by the actual like regular retail price of the palettes that I do have, it came to $274.24, a difference of $1,214.76. That is a month of mortgage payments and groceries for me that I saved. So I am happy to save that money. I really do enjoy all of these palettes that I have. I would have to say if I had to pick my favorite, I think the C Color Cosmetic brand in itself is a really good brand. The quality of their shadows is really nice. They blend, they're pigmented, and they are very affordable. I think C Color is one of the favorite brands that I have out of my entire collection when you combine everything high-end and more affordable. Even if they weren't duping out other palettes, I just think what the formula that they have is really good that they put out. So if you have a chance and you like dupes, I would highly recommend going and checking them out. You can find various different influencers on YouTube who have some codes so you can get some discounts. That's what I usually do. I don't personally have any codes. None of these companies know who I am. I just bought this all with my own money. But I just wanted to put this video out there because it might be helpful for someone who's trying to save some money and doesn't mind purchasing dupe palettes like this. Let me know in the comments below if you have any suggestions for dupes that you have tried and that you have enjoyed, or are there any out there that you have tried that are just awful? I know I have, and maybe I should sit down and think about it one day and do a don't buy these dupes video. Maybe. That's a good idea. I might do that. Thank you so much for watching, everyone. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope you have a fabulous day. Bye-bye.